Well, it is when you look at that particular story, we have to tell ourselves the truth because some of the KPIs or the evidence that the World Bank seems to bring into the public space, they understand the dynamics of Nigerian economy that for over several decades we have been importing, and not only that, we have a refinery here in Nigeria that has not been working. After some time, they said it was dilapidated and that turnaround maintenance money has been pumped into that refinery. We really know that everybody, if you don't have a car, you have a motorcycle, you have a tricycle, or even you have a small engine or generator that you can use to run your business. How come the refinery has not been working? And it took the tenacity of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo to say that refinery is not working, and people are in the NNPC, they are collecting salary, they are being paid, and you think the World Bank will not have an idea of what is happening in this agency? Why is it that when you look at the subsidy removal, you are coming out to say you want to pay people 70,000? Even Labour was able to jack their salary scale to over 400,000, giving some of maybe the examples like a medium family of a civil servant have the husband and wife, or maybe minimum of 4 children, and there are some families that even have more than 6 children. So you begin to ask yourself, how much do you need to prepare a breakfast in the morning? And subsequently, let's look at the loaf of bread, which everybody in Nigeria believes that if you are going to work in the morning, if you cannot wait and take solid food, you want to take a loaf of bread. And these are the thing, going ahead to remove fuel subsidy, and you are coming back again to tell me, or maybe tell Nigerians, that you are making sure that we should be patient enough, that we are going to get dividends of democracy. And the National Assembly members have been given well branded SUVs. Not that my concern is not about the SUVs. We have a Nigerian brand, a Nigerian company who could have used that opportunity to make name for themselves, or maybe turn over the revenue capital of that company. Why are we always importing? And before the extreme, the phrase of the Nigeria is the poverty capital that was debunked by the former Minister of Information there, Lai Mohammed, and subsequently over 133 million Nigerians are very poor, and people don't feel that the aim is to go and sell their vote because they believe that even after voting, they will not get the dividends of democracy. Now let's look at some of these KPIs, and you believe that the more you borrow, you will be able to give people the best. But my major concern also is that, why is the refinery not working? Why are we having constant national grid collapse? Why are they not fixing this issue? How do you think you will be able to industrialize Nigeria? These are the questions that when president travels out from this country, or previous president, they should be able to ask this question. Is there an external collaboration that Nigeria is not going to work, and a single individual is coming out to fix a refinery, and Nigeria, you are blessed, you are now trying to say, okay, even the cocoa, for example, you are producing cocoa, farming cocoa in Nigeria here, and at the end of the day, the farmer will now take the cocoa and export it. An investor will come here and buy the cocoa. And you know how these things work. The man will say, okay, because I want to farm cocoa, let me use 5 years to see how I can build a house for my family. He will first of all use the proceed of that cocoa and buy cement and more blocks and keep it. And when his son asks him, Daddy, why are you not trying to use building the house? He will now figuratively to tell the son he wants the rain to hit the blocks so that the blocks will be stronger. The father doesn't have the money. He's waiting for the next farming season where he's going to harvest his cocoa and sell. And you now tell me most of these companies or countries that have these best chocolate companies, they don't farm cocoa. In fact, I heard it from a source, and subsequently I was able to hear the former vice president, Yemi Osibanjo, who made that statement. So it looks as if when politicians go outside this country to want to strike a deal or have a meeting, they are not looking at the commoners. But at the end of the day, they will be inside their Jeep, Prado Jeep, going to source for vote. At the end, they will come out in maybe trying to eat corn on roadside or roasted yam or plantain, trying to sympathize with the voters that I will be there for you. But we know that politicians in Nigeria is only few, what I mean few, that can really understand the challenge
of the
of
common man.
Nigerian. Why are we like this, for God's sake? Do you think that World Bank will be lying? People are poor. People are not really finding it easy to feed.
Talking about what you just raised.